All right. Jeff Gordon, a four-time NASCAR champ. He's won here in Vegas before, but it's been 43 races since he hit the jackpot in victory lane. That's the longest winless streak of his career. And at age 37 years old, Jeff, he seems to be settling into fatherhood and maybe, Darrell, becoming, I don't know, an elder statesman sort of the sport?
Oh, yeah, you know, he does have a presence about him I think he hadn't had before. He's very calm, cool, and he's working really hard, and he wants to help his team win some races this year, unlike last year.
I mean, you and I didn't get to race, you know, wheel to wheel a lot, other than the time I crashed.
I was just passing 24 car on the outside. It's just a shame when young people don't have enough respect for the people that are racing.
Don't go there. That was when you. That was in your rookie year.
I thought I'd bring it up before you did.
No, I wasn't going to mention it. And I don't mean to bring any negative, but you know, we didn't win a race last year.
That's right.
As somebody that's had the success, I bet you never thought you'd go through the year and wouldn't at least win one race.
Shoot, I'm more shocked that I've ever won one. I mean, you know, I never take it for granted. Last year was a tough year for me, for us as a team, for me and my family. I mean, it's just pulling in so many different directions. And I feel like this year things are just seem to be lining up. And it's only 2 races in, but man, does it feel good.
Great run last week. What was up with that? Where'd that come from?
I told you before the race started, you know, that we were going to be good. I feel the best that I felt getting in and out of the race car than I have in a long time. It's not like I'm, you know, training for an Olympics.
Is there a reason you feel better?
Yeah, no, and you know, I've always known that. I've been lazy. You know, I have been, but I don't want, you know, my team out there working as hard as they do, and us have the opportunity that we have at Hendrick. You know, to go away because I'm not putting in the effort.
Here at Vegas, pretty hard wreck here last year.
Oh, and there goes Jeff. Jeff's in the inside wall, hard into the wall. Oh,
maybe, I think you said maybe the hardest hit you've taken.
Definitely the hardest I've ever hit at that angle, you know, because it was with that right front corner and took a lot of load, you know, and things are moving inside that never had moved it like they did during that wreck. I'm confident they've made improvements. My job is to make sure I don't hit it. And I'm not even going to focus on it. I'm going to go out there and run our race. I think we got a great opportunity to get the finish we were capable of getting here last year.
What's the plan? I mean, you know, is there going to be a little Jeff we could put out there one of these days? I don't think that Ingrid's going to allow Ella to get out there and go racing.
We've recognized just how much goes into being a parent, especially, you know, at our age, and it's a lot. I think in the next year we'll probably start for
thinking about that.
Number 2.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me about Sesame Street.
Ella every morning. Elmo. She just wants to watch Elmo, you know, all the time. And I got a call. Hey, would you like to do Sesame Street? I was like, heck yeah. So they did this whole script on a race, on a NASCAR race, but with worms. So it was called WASCAR. So I see the script and I'm like, it's funny, they got me as a commentator, but hey, cool. You know,
try out. It's a tryout.
I'll try it out. Why not? And so I go in there and I'm talking to the writers and they're like, no, you're retired, right? And I was like, wait a minute, now I know why they made me a commentator. They thought I was retired.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, so I got a kick out of that.
If I say boogity, 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 what are you going to say?
I'm going to say wiggly, wiggly, wiggly. No, squiggly, squiggly, squiggly. Let's go worm racing.
I tell you, leave the announcing to you, right? Let him do the racing. But I've really enjoyed the interviews the last couple of weeks with Dale Jr. and Jeff. I mean, you're getting a side of these guys. I think people are appreciating.
My question is, who's next week?
Well, I don't know. We're working on it. But, yeah, I have enjoyed this totally, man. Yeah, it's been fun.
But the problem next week is you got to show up on time. Darrell, I know you're a busy guy, but he kept Jeff Gordon. Super G had to wait for you.
Oh, I'm ready. Whenever DW gets here, I'm ready. Yeah. Nope, that's not him. Holy cow! I tell you what, I can't remember the last time I did an interview where I was there before the interviewer.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, Chris, he does the same thing to us here in the hotel.
All right, so what did you tell him?
I didn't want to tell him I was out interviewing some guys that had won some races. But no. I was really, I couldn't get through it. Security, I didn't have my hard card with me.
You kid me because you care. Like, people don't know who you are.
Hey, last interview now with Jeff Gordon.
I'm just kidding, Jeff. That was just thrown in. I didn't write that.
All right, but when you get to this point, Darrell, a little later in the career, and you know you've been a champ before, there's only the desire. It's a different kind of struggle, isn't it?
But you know what? It's kind of like a rebirth for him. He's got his family now, and he's working out. He's trying to get himself in the best shape he's ever been in. I think it's going to be a good year for him. I think he's going to win several races this year.
And he's always comfortable on TV. I catch him with Regis and Kelly. Now he's got Sesame Street. If
he's a big guy. He's got the winery and the driving.
That's right.
Yep. He's got a lot going on.
But I got to agree with you about the wins.
Yeah.
I think they're right around the corner.
Those famous words in racing we love to hear here in Vegas. And no, I don't mean you've been comped. I mean these words.
Race fans, please welcome racing and automotive legend, Mr. Carroll Shelby, as he delivers the most famous words in motorsports.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Can Matt Kenseth make it 3 in a row and capture history? Will Dale Earnhardt Jr. end his streak? What about 18-year-old Joey Logano? Is it a Busch Brothers turn in Vegas? Will there be some wrecks? The answer is straight ahead on Fox. We're back in Las Vegas. Our 5 engine changes, so already a lot of shuffling going on as we head upstairs. Before we do, from our Hollywood hotel, Jeff Hammond's been enjoying himself. Let's welcome in Mike Joy, Larry McReynolds, and Darrell Waltrip, guys.
Thanks, Chris. Once again, hi, everybody. We are ready to race in Las Vegas. Bright sun, no chance of rain for the first Sprint Cup race this year. But, Darrell, I see a furrowed brow there, and I don't think it's the remnants of that Elvis wig. What's worrying you?
No, really, there's a number of things. First of all, tires. I always worry about tires when I can hammer the car the way these guys are able to do it lap after lap. So that's a concern. The other big concern I have is getting on pit road. Yesterday, we saw a lot of penalties in the pits, and we've seen some issues with guys sliding through their pit boxes and everything else. So today, yeah, I got a lot of things to take care of on the track, but also got a lot of worries on when I get myself down pit road, not to speed and not to slide through my pit box.
Now, Larry, this is a new race length, 427 miles, the Shelby 427, 18 extra laps. How do you wind this race backwards and set your strategy?
Well, it's the first time this year we've been able to do that because we're not chasing the weather, just like you said. But there's no question that that's on these crew chiefs' mind. And the one thing, because this tire has so much grip, the pace doesn't slow down. I think when we get down to those last 27 to 50 miles, that's when the crew chief, unlike Daytona, unlike Auto Club Speedway, they're going to be thinking, what can I do to get track position? Maybe I want to just do 2 right side tires, or maybe just possibly stay out and keep that track position, because it's a little tough to pass here until this groove really moves up the racetrack.
Well, if you're going to gamble, what better place?
That's it.
Let's have a look at the starting lineup for today's race. Todd Bodine earned the 43rd spot, the champion's provisional not needed here. Scott Speed and Casey Mears. Speed, one of those 5 engine changes, has to drop to the back. Well, he's already there. Matt Kenseth, don't worry about Matt starting out back. That's where he usually wins from. Jamie Mack and Clint Boyer in the 19th row. Paul Menard back there with David Reagan at row number 18. In a 30-1 shot here. Elliott Sadler, Denny Hamlin, row 17. Dale Jr. back with Robbie Gordon in the 16th row. And at row 15, John Andretti and California's David Gilliland. We're going to skip all the way up to the front row, Darrell.
Yeah, let's talk to Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch, it's DW Fox Sports. Got a copy there, buddy?
10-4, DW. What's up?
Hey, buddy. Good to see you up there on that front row today. I know that the team has gotten stronger, gotten better. What are your odds today?
Well, we feel like we've done a lot of work during the offseason, and I hope that it's beginning to pay off. Roger Penske's a stand-up guy. I've got a great crew behind me, great sponsors like Miller Lite and Dodge to keep pushing for. So I feel like our odds are pretty good. I'm as pumped up as everybody right now. I want to lead this first lap, but I got to get to mile marker 427 to win it.
Roger that, buddy. Yeah, it looks like that team is really gelling for you, and you've had some good performance. What's made the difference in your mind?
Well, I feel like it's been an overall gain in downforce and horsepower that the Dodges has made, as well as just team communication. And then we added a couple key people behind the scenes, and everybody's just pulling hard, knowing that Penske Racing wants to be stronger.
All right, my friend, good luck to you, and it is your home track, so bring it home.
You got a little home track advantage.
Let's take a look at our FedEx Understanding the Race. This is the trends or patterns that crew chiefs look at, even though this is only the third race on this new configuration. The average number of cautions, 7. Now this is looking at the last 8 races here of NASCAR on Fox. The first caution on the average comes roughly about lap 27, but 5 times in those 8 races it's come before lap 15. The longest green flag run, 66 laps. A fuel run here is about 52 to 56 laps, so we definitely normally get at least 1 green flag pit stop. And the last caution, this is a little deceiving, lap 227, but remember the race is 18 laps longer, 285 this year versus 267 in the past.
We are ready to race. Let's hope you are too. Make it a great race day with a perfect balance of flavor and refreshment with Budweiser, the great American lager. Today's race, 427 miles, honoring the great Carroll Shelby and his Cobras, and the Shelby facility right alongside the speedway here, so a new distance.
285 laps, 427 miles, pit road speed 45 miles per hour. As DW said, a lot of cars busted yesterday in the nationwide race. The pit window for Sunoco race fuel, 52 to 56 laps. You heard Jeff Hammond in the pre-race talk about the Toyota engine. You see right there, 5 of them going to the rear because of an engine change, including our pole sitter, Kyle Busch.
And there's something in the air. I mean, when you come to Las Vegas, this is one of the most exciting weekends that we have at a racetrack, and we're going to have a great race today, too.
Now Kyle Busch will take the green flag at the back, about 37th or 39th. But no matter what happens, he will still be credited as starting from the pole. Hi, Digger.
You're going to have your work cut out for you there, Digger.